And South Africa get the win and secure their quarterfinal spot in this Rugby World Cup, beating Canada in this Pool B match 66 points to 7. Kia ora everyone, my name is Zach and I love rugby. Welcome back to Haka Time Rugby. So South Africa played their final game of pool play and they managed to get the win. They advanced to the quarterfinal, cementing their spot. It's still decided who they will play in that first quarterfinal. It could be Ireland, Scotland, Japan. We've got Typhoons. We've got a huge final match. We don't know yet, but essentially from a South African point of view, they have cemented their place and they're ready to go quarterfinal time. Now, it's time to review, to recap, to revise this game between Canada and South Africa. Now, I just want to cover off some of the key talking points. It was an incredible first half from the Boks, running away to a 40-point lead in the first half and really looking dangerous. I mean, after the red card came, you really started to worry, is this second half going to get completely out of control for Canada? To the credit of the Canadians, they came back in that second half and they actually made it competitive and they deserved that try in the second half. So well done to the Canadian team. A couple of the players that really stood out for me. Snyman was incredible. He got deservedly man of the match. But his ability to break tackles, to offload, to run straight through defenses, incredible. I don't think I've seen him look better than that in any of the games he has played. Now, has he done enough to cement a place in the starting 15 against the quarterfinal opposition? I'm not sure about that, but certainly you'd be happy having him on the bench. And I think they may look to utilize him a little bit earlier in the rotation. I mean, that running game, I think, is going to be crucial as defenses start to tire. So there is an option for the Boks to bring him on maybe around the 50-minute mark to really test some of those defenses come quarterfinal time. The other guy that we have to mention, Cobus Reinach, incredible, scores the hat-trick, the fastest hat-trick of any Rugby World Cup. Is he done enough to dethrone Faf? Now, there is a lot of debate that I've seen from various subscribers from South Africa on the play of Faf de Klerk, his box kicking. He seems to be committed to box kicking. Now, what I'll say about Faf and about the game plans, firstly, you can't compare these two games. High pressure matches, like the game against the All Blacks, versus, no disrespect to Canada, but what should be a certain victory for the Springboks, you really can't compare. I believe that the coaches probably gave a lot wider berth for a guy like Cobus Reinach to run the ball, and he had great success in doing that. The first two tries that he scored came off the back of little darts in and around the ruck. And it's something that seems to have dropped out of Faf de Klerk's game. And I suspect that is because the coaches have instructed Faf that in the big matches, we want to play territory, we want you to kick the ball away. The problem is those box kicks are just going into the wrong positions. They're not putting the defenses on the back foot. Also, they're not being contested in the air. So it may look, when you contrast the two performances, like Cobus Reinach really deserves to be pushed forward into the starting spot. I'm not so sure about that. I think South Africa are playing to clear game plans and instructions from the coaching staff, and therefore Faf is somewhat limited in what he can do in and around the ruck. What I'd like to see him do is apply a lot more attacking threat there. Kick, pass, run. Right, that level of variety puts defenses on notice. With the continual box kicking, it gives opportunities for defenses to set. And it becomes quite predictable. And what you want in your attack is variety, because that is what tests defenses. So if there's any takeaways from this, it's not that Cobus Reinach should replace Faf de Klerk for me. It's that the coaching staff of the Boks should look at this and say, maybe we should use a bit more of Faf's strengths in and around the ruck and really test defenses, add variety to his game, and put the defenses on the back foot. That's what I would like to see. But that aside, congratulations to Cobus Reinach for that incredible hat-trick, fastest in World Cup history, just incredible. Probably the other major talking point in this one is the red card. Now, to the letter of the Lord, again, we've covered this in many of the videos to date. This one is clear red card. There's one or two red cards that I've looked at and gone, well, they are clear cut, no problem. What I really liked about this one, though, is that the refs went through a very clear process where they explained every step along the way. The ref also went back and forwards with his TMO and his on-field refs just to verify the decisions. And I'm okay with that level of transparency as part of the decision-making process. It lets everyone at home know exactly the process they will take when analyzing these incidents. It's clear, it's transparent, and it's fine. The outcome is the outcome when the explanation is very, very clear and logical like that. So I think that's the direction all refs should go. They should be very structured in their review, ensure that they are collaborating with their on-field and their TMO just to verify that their position is correct, and then make the call. If that happens, even in the big matches, to me, that is a fair outcome. It's explained well, and you'll get very, very little dispute from the fans. The only thing I'll say on this one is that critical moment in the game where Canada is well on the back foot, it just really, you start to get a bit of a sinking feeling. Like, we're already 40 points down. What happens next in the second half when we're only playing with 14 men? And to me, that was a concern. But as I mentioned at the beginning, to the credit of Canada, they were able to maintain cool heads and really show that they are a determined squad that takes pride in their jersey. So well done to them. The final talking point that I'll get to before we look forward to the potential quarterfinal matchups is what I really liked about this game. South Africa have been under quite a lot of pressure in terms of social media pressure because of some racism incident. I must admit I haven't looked too deeply into it, but the bottom line is they showed a united front here, a great camaraderie both with the Canadian team as well as with each other. And that's the best statement you can make in sports. I think sometimes sports gets diluted too much with politics and with other things, but when you see a team come out like this and really make a statement, to me, that is what sports is all about. It's about showing your worth on the field and not letting distractions get to you. I mean, I've played in rugby teams where, there may be a lot of noise outside of the team, but in the core of the team, things are fine, things are harmonious, and it's actually the exterior noise that is creating issues for a team. Within a team, there's a lot of cohesion and a lot of goodwill between the players. And that's what I really liked here. The Springboks came out, they made that statement that we are united, that we're pushing forward, we'll let our performance do the talking for us, and they did exactly that. That first half was incredible. Snyman was incredible, deserved the man of the match. And also there was a good moment after the game where Schalk Brits I think he'd swapped jerseys with one of the Canadian team members, and the guy couldn't fit his jersey, so he had to help him put the jersey on, and they shared a pretty good moment there. But it just showed that camaraderie between all teams at the Rugby World Cup, in particular between the Springboks and Canada here. Great stuff to both teams. Now we look forward to the quarterfinal makeup, and as I said at the beginning, we could see Ireland there, we could see Japan there, we could see Scotland there. Now the permutations are getting clearer, but the bottom line is if Japan win, they go top of the pool, and then it'll come down to bonus points. There's 2 remaining games for Scotland, so they will play against Russia. They must get a bonus point there. And then Ireland obviously have their final hit out as well against Samoa. They must get a bonus point there. All eyes will be on the bonus points. And then at that point, it'll be very, very clear what the permutations are for the match on Sunday, which will complete Pool Play and decide the outcome of Pool A. It will also decide who plays the Springboks and who plays the All Blacks. My view, I think Japan's going to get the win. I think the Springboks will face off against Japan, which will be an incredible match. It's a good chance of redemption for the Springboks actually in a World Cup. And what better way to do it than against the hosts at home, right? So that would be incredible. And then the Irish would play New Zealand in that quarterfinal. And then you have to look at it and go, well, the favoured run, therefore, is actually on the left side of the draw, where South Africa could potentially face Japan, then play the winner of France versus Wales, and then play whoever they meet on the in the final. That's a far better run to a final than on the other side of the draw for the All Blacks, where they would play Ireland first, although Ireland are looking a little bit off the pace at the moment, but still they could show up and prove why they were that ranked number 1 in the world coming into this World Cup. Then it's England, and then it's a final. So I'm a Kiwi, right? I would much rather be on the side of the draw where you're playing Japan, potentially Wales or France, versus the other side of the draw where you're playing Ireland and potentially England or Australia. So that's something to consider. I think the Boks have fallen into quite a favourable run here, but that could all change if Scotland's able to get up. But let's wait and see. There are some huge games coming up, guys, and they're all going to decide the outcome of this pool. They're going to decide the fate for these teams that are going into the quarterfinals. And they're going to give us that very, very clear picture on how things will go come quarterfinal time. You can probably tell I'm very excited. I can't wait for more rugby. And every game now looks like it is a critical game, particularly for Pool A. So let's keep an eye on that. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe. We're running a competition at the moment. I'll give more details on that at the end of this video. Please join in the conversations. Let me know your thoughts on this game and come back for more Haka Time videos. Talk to you guys soon. Competition, competition, competition time. It's competition time, guys. Welcome back to Haka Time Rugby. Now, for those who were following previously, you will know that we ran a competition on the Ireland versus Japan match. The competition itself was very, very simple to enter. All you have to do is subscribe. That's step one. Step two was to select the score and the winner in that game. Now, unfortunately, myself included, nobody predicted that Japan was going to win versus Ireland. So that means we are running another competition. And it is going to be on the final pool match between Japan and Scotland. All you've got to do, very, very simple, is subscribe. That's step one. Pick the score. That's step two. And tell me who is going to win. That's it. If you do that, you are in the draw. And the winner will receive an international rugby jersey of your choice. Now, the conditions on this, we will close off the entries 1 hour before the match. The jersey has to be easy enough for me to buy as well. I don't want some custom jersey, $2,000, $5,000. No, it must be standard issue international jersey, accessible on any website that I can go to, purchase and send to you very simply. So that's it. You got a lot of time to enter, so I encourage you to share, tell your friends, get them all involved, and let's pick a winner here. This one could go either way as well, so I hope to see entries on both sides. Japan winning, Scotland winning. One last point, you can only enter once per subscriber, and that is it. Please, please, please give me your predictions in this video. And that's it. Good luck. Talk soon, guys. See ya.